welcome everyone to the video on Everyone Answers. And when I go to KaganTools homepage, I find Everyone Answers right here in the Kagan Structures section. And Everyone Answers is a little different than the two other structures we have in there right now. And the reason is Everyone Answers is not a single structure. It's really a collection of structures. And the point of Everyone Answers is instead of calling on one student at a time and getting unequal participation and getting not a whole lot of participation, instead of having just kind of the hand raisers responding, our goal is to get every student actively engaged using a series of Kagan structures. So let's go ahead and dive into it a little deeper. Click into Everyone Answers. All right, the first thing it's asking me to do is to find a question set here to play, and there's a lot of question sets here. And like all the other structures, you can use this search question sets little sidebar here to look for by creator, by question type, by grade, or by subject. And I see of mice and men, we're going to do an example, questions about Steinbeck's novel. And I am going to play that one. So I click this little do button, and the first option here is play. And it asks me what sequence would I like to show the questions. And I want them to come in sequential. 1, 2, 3 versus random to come in randomly. So I have them sequenced in the sequence I want asked my students. Click sequential. All right, so when Everyone Answers first comes in, what it will do, it will show you as the teacher, and if you're displaying it for your students, the question. And over here, across the top here, you notice there's a little toggle switch. And we have some options. It's set to pairs presently. You can tell because that's yellow. I could flip it to teams. And watch what happens when I flip it to teams. This turns to teams across the top. Instead of pairs, has a little 2-student icon. Teams has a 4-student icon, so I can tell them in teams. Also, here's a pair of students. Down here, here's a team of students. So either we're going to have students interact in pairs, or we're going to have them interact in teams, or I can have the option of doing both pairs and teams. So I have all the options here in both. So let's go ahead and stick right now with pairs. We'll keep it simpler. And notice on this sidebar, I have another thing to tune into. So I have in blue, correct and review. So this corresponds to the way that we organize our questions in KaganTools. So the two main categories are questions are right or wrong. So there's a right or wrong answer, and it's this correct or review type of question. Or it's a sharing and thinking, kind of an open answer, open response question for developing thinking, communication skills, relationship building skills, etc. So what it's doing here is saying, ooh, here is a question. Why are George and Lenny traveling together at the start of the novel? And I can see it's a multiple choice question. And Everyone Answers knows it's a multiple choice question. And so what it's doing is saying, okay, here's your pair Everyone Answers structures. And what I'm recommending, or what the software is recommending, is that you use PairCoach for this question. Notice it's in yellow, and it's kind of glowing yellow. So it's saying, hey, pick me, pick me. This is the structure you probably want to use with this question. The other thing I'm going to point out here is if you notice this little image here, I just created this little set of questions. And I just used, created this image quickly in AI to represent the novel that doesn't violate copyright. And this is what it came up with. And I used this image as the same image for my whole question set. I didn't feel it was necessary to make a separate image for every question. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and click into the structure. So PairCoach. And notice what happens here in PairCoach, like all the other structures, structure name is across the top, and here is the steps or control bar, and these are the steps that you're going to use to lead your class through PairCoach. And when it first came over, it said who's going to start, and it randomly did a random partner pickers, and in this case, it said partner B is going to answer first. So we know partner B is going to answer the question. So click next, answer and coach. So partner B is going to answer, partner A coaches. And for the structures, you'll notice in this left sidebar over here, it always gives teacher and student instructions and sometimes visuals here for what's going to happen. And so basically it's just telling me, all right, partner B, it's your turn to answer. Partner A, you listen carefully and you're going to coach. So at this step, partner B is going to answer, and they can read the question out loud to the pair and describe their reasoning out loud and give their answer of what they think it is. So why are George and Lenny traveling together at the start of the novel? Give some different options here. Next, we're going to just click the next button, check the answer button, and there are migrant workers seeking farm jobs. So the next thing we're going to do is celebrate our coach. And so if partner B, who answered the question, got it correct, we're going to give partner B, or their partner will give them a high five or say great job, or however you want to have them celebrating. If they didn't get it right, maybe they can give them a little bit more information about why this is the correct answer. One more thing, here's a little hide and show answer button on the side as a tip. And then let's go ahead and look at the next question and see what happens here. All right, so we're in pairs. So if you look down here at the very bottom in the left corner, it shows that we're on question number 2. And now everyone answers, says, ooh, this question is of the share think category. And it's been tagged as a open response question with kind of a longer elaborated answer. And we're going to recommend that you use Timed PairShare for this question. So the question, choose one major theme in Of Mice and Men, such as the American dream, friendship, powerlessness, and explain how Steinbeck develops that theme through the plot, setting, and character and interactions. Yeah, so we know for sure that's not a easy question that you can provide an answer quickly and easily. So short response pair share is not going to work. We're not trying to give many responses. We're just trying to give one major theme and provide some examples in the novel. All right, so it's recommending I use this structure. I think it's a great choice. I'm going to agree, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And now it will bring me to the interaction structure, Timed PairShare. And the first step here is who's going to start. And partner who has the longest last name starts. So they're in their pairs again, and they'll compare last names, and whoever has the longer last name, they go first. And these prompts come from selector tools. They're just written prompts in there. There's a default set of prompts where this one's coming from, or you're welcome to customize and change those as you see fit for your classroom. And that's what this little I button is saying down here. And while you're using the software, look for these little I buttons. They're just little tips throughout the software to give you more information about things. All right, so now we know who's starting. I'm going to click the next button, share time, and this is Mice and Men. It's a high school level novel. and my students are going to need quite a bit more time to share on this. I have one partner who's going to share their answer, and I feel, boy, I could give them a full minute, maybe even 2 minutes to share their answers and pick things out if they have their books, maybe they're opening and citing specific passages, etc. But we'll say 2 minutes is fine. So the first person to share, they'll get their countdown. And notice here the little progress bar is counting down. So you have the built-in timer for timer tools. I'm going to go ahead and pause that. But when that timer is all the way done for whatever time you set, it's going to just show a little time's up. I'm not going to wait for that to be done. And then I'm ready to move on. And when I'm ready to move on, I always click to the next step. And the partner is going to respond, and these are built-in set of responses and that are randomly shown. And the partner is going to say, I learned ... So open-ended sentence starter here. And the reason we want responses is we want students to be actively listening to each other, to be learning from each other, to be paying attention. And if they know they're held accountable for responding through the structure, they're going to be more attentive, pay more attention. And so I'm going to say, I learned, and share whatever I learned from hearing you share. I'm ready to move on to the next step. Click the next step forward. Share time 2, and you'll see the timer kind of remembers whatever the last time shared. And now it's basically saying, all right, other partner, it's your turn to share. They do their share time for whatever time you have set. When you're done with that, you click forward. And another open-ended response. Thank you for, and so this partner is just appreciating their partner for, thank you for your insights about this, or thank you for sharing. I really liked what you said about this, that, or whatever they share. All right, so that's Timed PairShare. And before I click out of here, I'll show you one more thing. Is down here in the lower left corner, these are the backwards and forward question numbers. If you click on these question numbers, there's more you can do with them. And so this says jump to question number. And if you notice in this set, there was only 2 questions in this set. So there's question 1, question 2. We already did question 1. We're on question 2. You can tell because it's highlighted in yellow. And this is just a quick little question set that I created with 2 questions just for this demo purposes. And this is the button I really wanted to point out, especially for Everyone Answers. There is an add button. And at any point when you're in Everyone Answers, and say you're giving a demonstration, or you're doing a lesson of whatever you're doing, you have a question set that you're going through. At any point, you can do this little add button, and it's a quick add for a question. And so on the fly, you can add a question to your question set, so you don't have to go through the question set, and your students don't have to watch you go ahead and build questions or modify them. But you can go ahead and quickly add a question. And this works the same way as tagging question types is when you really do build a question. So it's either a correct or review style question, or a share or think style question. And notice if you clicked on them, it changes how the information that you need to enter the question, and it tells you the question type over here. So Q&A stands for question and answer. And multiple choice is a multiple choice question, true, false, any answer. So I'm going to go back to a question and answer, and hopefully all the students know this, but I'm just going to come up with a quick question and answer. Who wrote this novel? question mark. Sign back, and I hit play. So you'll see it'll jump right to that question that you just generated. And notice, because I tagged that question, it says, ooh, this is a right or wrong question. I'm recommending that you use PairCoach again to go through this question. Now, if I had it in Teams, it would say, okay, well, this is a right or wrong question, and I'm recommending that you use TeamCoach to play this question. If I was using both pair and team structures, that gives you the most options. So I clicked on both, and notice it says this is a right or wrong question, and it is giving me two different structures you can do it with. If I'm in pairs, it's going to recommend PairCoach. If I have students or I want students to respond in teams, I'm going to use TeamCoach. So just again, really quick recap. This is just click on the number and add, and on the fly, great way, especially for everyone answers, where the whole purpose is to replace those call on one questions. Sometimes we don't know in advance which questions we're going to be asking, and we want to be able to do it on the fly. And so that's a quick way to add questions. And two great things about doing it that way. Well, three great things. One, it's a visual so students can see the question. Two, you have the power of the Kagan structures to lead students through the structures to make sure that you're doing the structures correctly. And of course, the whole purpose of Everyone Answers is to get all students actively engaged and involved in question answering, not just some. All right, well, thank you very much. That is our overview of Everyone Answers, and we will see you in the next video.